Hello everybody, I'm Gwen Campbell-Minnis. Welcome to Gwen's Bookish Ramblings, and today I'm being both kind of self-indulgent and also this is being done like right before I post because I didn't finish off the book that I was supposed to be reading this week because I had other things that I felt like reading and then, yeah. Anyways, and why didn't I talk about the other stuff that I read that wasn't that book? Mostly because that's not stuff that I want to go on this channel for various reasons. So instead we're going to talk about the classic nursery rhymes book, which I photographed for you on top of my father's guitar case for the very specific reason of giving you some scale. I want you to consider how physically large this book is because it's just a physically big book. Not a lot of pages, but it's big. And the interesting thing about it also is that it's not big sort of in the way that those cloth books that they might make for kids are. Like, this isn't big because, it's also going to be hardy so that a small child can run around and, like, smack stuff. This is a regular book. I mean, the pages are a little thicker than usual, but they're quite as easily torn as any other book page. So it's not, big sort of as a response to, making it big. It's just big. Anyways, so I have a bunch of things in here, pictures that I took from it, and I had to photograph it on the couch, which, like, you can see, that's like a quarter of a couch cushion. And, like I said, you look at that, that's just, it's a lot. It's big. So, nursery rhymes, what do we have in there? Well, among other things, we have the Babes in the Wood nursery rhyme, which is not one that I had heard of outside of this book, but by gum, is this a sad thing? That, people always talk about how nursery rhymes have deep truths or sad or whatever. This is a thing. The Babes in the Wood goes, "My dear, do you know how a long time ago two poor little children, whose names I don't know, were stolen away on a fine summer's day and left in a wood, as I've heard people say. And when it was night, so sad was their plight, the sun it went down and the moon gave no light. They sobbed and they sighed and they bitterly cried, and the poor little things, they lay down and died. And when they were dead, the robin so red brought strawberry leaves and over them spread, and all the day long they sang them this song, Poor babes in the wood, poor babes in the wood. And don't you remember the babes in the wood?" So yeah, those are dead children in this picture. Aren't you feeling cheered? I know I am, I think, or something. Anyways, this is a classic nursery rhyme, a thing that you will tell children. Don't get lost in the woods or you'll lie down and die, and robins will come and cover you in strawberry leaves, because that's just how things work. Then there's the Mary Had a Little Lamb, which, I more brought up because, if it weren't for this book, I would genuinely not know, that there are a whole bunch of verses to this, because we all know Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. We all know that. We do not know, for the most part, that he followed her to school one day. That was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school, and so the teacher turned him out, but still he lingered near, and waited patiently about, till Mary did appear. "Why does the lamb love Mary so?" the eager children cry. "Why, Mary loves the lamb, you know," the teacher did reply. That's like, everybody knows that Mary had a lamb that was very white. Nobody knows that the lamb followed her everywhere, like somebody's really sad pet dog, and that the teacher had to boot the lamb out of class because he was very distracting, as, small sheep would be. It's an odd book, this one. I have here, the Rockabye Cradle one, which is just, instead of Rockabye, this is Hushabye, but this is Hushabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the brow breaks, the cradle will fall down, will come baby cradle and all. And this is sort of that thing where you look at it and you say, yes, that is mighty precarious. Why are we telling this as a, nursery rhyme, as a children's story, as a thing? We have the old Mother Hubbard, which is, that's just weird. I don't know if you've ever actually heard this whole thing, but this is a weird one. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone, but when she came there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. We've all heard that. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread, but when she came back, the poor dog was dead. She went to the undertaker's to buy him a coffin, but when she got back, the poor dog was laughing. She took a clean dish to get him some tripe, but when she came back, he was smoking his pipe. She went to the fruiterer's to buy him some fruit, but when she came back, he was playing the flute. This one has just entered into the realms of a surrealist nightmare, because I don't know what's up with that. That one just got weird. This is the last one, which took me some effort to take a picture of. You can see my hand on the side holding this open, which, again, maybe that will give you some scale. But this, close to the end, is I had a little husband, and if you look at this, you will see that there is a little man sitting on top of the water jug next to this woman. I had a little husband, no bigger than my thumb. I put him in a pint pot, and there I bid him drum. I gave him some garters to garter up his hose, and a little handkerchief to wipe his pretty nose. I bought a little horse that galloped up and down. I bridled him and saddled him and sent him out of town. Which seems rather depressing, that, I got my little tiny husband a little tiny horse, and then I threw him out and told him, go make your own way because I don't want to be married to you anymore. There are potentially scandalous implications to that if you want to approach it that way. Anyways, the last thing, which I didn't really bother taking a picture of because it's just a picture of mightily identical looking little girls, is the Oranges and Lemon, called Gay Go Up, which, oddly enough, is one of the ones that I know better as a song, although I had never heard the Gay Go Up and Gay Go Down to ring the bells of London town. For the record, of course, yes, this does predate the use of gay to mean homosexual. This is back when gay still meant light-hearted and cheerful. Anyways, and this one always sticks with me, and I'm not even entirely sure why, is the, Oranges, is this song, which I don't even remember where I first learned it. But the song goes, bullseyes and targets, say the bells of St. Margaret's, brickbats and tiles, say the bells of St. Giles, pancakes and fritters, say the bells of St. Peter's, 2 sticks and an apple, say the bells at Whitechapel, halfpence and farthings, say the bells of St. Martin's, oranges and lemons, say the bells of St. Clement's, old Father Baldpate, say the slow bells at Aldgate. Which, is tremendously repetitive, but it just stays with me, as these things do. Anyways, so this one is odd in that way that nursery rhymes are odd, with all of the death and the strange things that happen in them, these weird fairy tale-like half spaces that they exist in. And it has these very, very not entirely Victorian. The pictures in this, they call back to Victoriana in a way, but what they really are in style, if you think about it, is that turn of the century Art Nouveau thing, Art Deco rather. They're very, very Art Deco with just these hints of Victoriana in them, and it's a very marketable style. And the thing about it is that in its very strange way, it contrasts sharply with the occasionally extremely medieval content of these, because these are these are strange, and they have this worldview that predates the rationalist movement of the 16th, 17th centuries. Um, so, yes, it's a fascinating, strange book, as most collections of nursery rhymes really are. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because yeah, this is a speed run because I am basically going to be posting it right after I'm done. So yeah, that's everything, and I will see you all next week.